I would like now to turn to Ms. Kathy Fox, who will take you through the next 4 issues on our watch list. She will talk to you about the issues we see in aviation and about safety management systems and what needs to be done on this front in marine, rail, and aviation. Ms. Fox?
Thank you. Laissez-moi d'abord vous parler des problèmes critiques dans le domaine de l'aviation. Le risque de collision sur les pistes des aéroports canadiens est faible. The likelihood of a collision on runways at Canada's airports is low. However, should 2 aircraft collide, or an aircraft collide with a vehicle, the consequences could be catastrophic. That is why this issue is on our watch list. Airports are complex environments where aircraft and ground vehicles must coexist in a confined area. Too often, over 3,800 times since 1999, there have been conflicts or runway incursions. By focusing on improved procedures and enhanced collision warning systems, we think the risk of these incursions at Canada's busy airports can be lowered. Maintenant, nous passerons au prochain problème. Par faible visibilité ou la nuit, un pilote peut perdre de vue sa position exacte par rapport au sol ou à l'eau. The risk is greatest for smaller planes venturing into remote wilderness or mountainous terrain, as they do not have terrain awareness warning systems. In Canada, between 2000 and 2009, an unsuspecting crew flew a perfectly good plane into the ground 129 times. These cases account for just 5% of accidents, but nearly 25% of all fatalities. In our watch list, we urge wider adoption of terrain awareness warning systems for smaller Canadian aircraft. L'atterrissage est l'une des phases les plus délicates du vol. Chaque année, des millions d'aéronefs atterrissent aux aéroports canadiens. Nous arrivons ici au problème suivant sur la liste de surveillance. Accidents can happen on the runway, or aircraft can fail to stop in time at the end and run off the end. Many of these accidents happen in bad weather, where it is crucial that pilots receive timely information about runway conditions. Aircraft running off the end of runways is a problem worldwide. The latest figures from the Flight Safety Foundation reveal that almost 30% of aircraft accidents between 1995 and 2008 were runway overruns. And at home, we have the vivid reminder of the Air France aircraft at Toronto's Pearson Airport in 2005. When this happens, and it will happen again, the Transportation Safety Board needs to know that passengers will be safe. Sometimes all that is required is to lengthen the safety areas at the end of runways. Where geography will not allow it, solutions may be found in engineered systems and structures designed to quickly and safely stop an airplane. La liste de surveillance contient 2 problèmes de sécurité communs au domaine maritime, ferroviaire et aérien. Le premier problème vise les systèmes de gestion de la sécurité. Safety management systems are a powerful, internationally recognized management tool to help organizations find trouble before trouble finds them. They help companies foresee what might go wrong so they can take preemptive action. The Transportation Safety Board has emphasized the advantages of safety management systems. However, in some of our investigations, we found there's a lack of regulatory oversight, or that key industry segments are not required to have a systematic approach to managing safety. We're pleased that Transport Canada is committed to improving effective safety management systems. Let me paint a picture for you in marine, rail, and aviation and tell you what must be done on this important front. Since July 2002, all vessels over 500 gross tons that sail in international waters have had to implement a safety management system. However, domestic vessels are not required to have these systems. The Transportation Safety Board thinks that this distinction makes no sense. C'est pourquoi nous préconisons que tous les navires de commerce soient tenus d'adopter un système de gestion de sécurité. In the rail industry, a systematic approach to rail safety has been required since 2001. While it has been implemented in theory, it has not always permeated to frontline operations. Risk assessments are not always We urge Transport Canada to step up to ensure Canada's railways walk the talk when it comes to managing safety. In the aviation industry, we note with satisfaction that Canada leads the world in requiring its commercial carriers to have a safety management system. By and large, safety management systems appear to be working well with our large carriers. The challenge to come will be the rest of the aviation industry, Canada's air taxis, helicopter operations, commuter airlines, and flight training units. Transport Canada will need to closely monitor the industry to ensure all are on board and that there is a smooth transition. The Transportation Safety Board believes that Canadians should and will reap the benefits that effective safety management can bring. Le Bureau surveillera ce problème de très près.
Thank you, Kathy. The last issue on our watch list is about the tools the Transportation Safety Board of Canada needs to do its job for the benefit of Canadians. As Churchill once said, give us the tools and we will finish the job. The tool we most need is objective data to provide a clear picture of what happened. Following any accident, investigators have a long list of questions, starting with what happened. The best means of quickly pinpointing what happened is an onboard recorder, an airplane's black box, a locomotive's event recorder, or a ship's voyage data recorder. These contain vital engine and equipment settings, navigation details, voice recordings, and computer data. In Canada, we have a real patchwork of requirements. In some industries, there simply are no recorders. In others, data is recorded, but not voice. Some recorders are required to be crash and fire resistant, and others are not. Without secure, retrievable data, the search for hard evidence becomes much more difficult. I'd like to describe that patchwork for you. In the marine world, only ships on international voyages are required to be fitted with voyage data recorders. While we note with satisfaction that some domestic operators have voluntarily outfitted their large ferries, we think they should all do this. So the Transportation Safety Board will always have the tools to do its job. All too often, lost data impedes our rail investigations. New crashworthy recorders are slowly being phased in as older locomotives reach the end of service life. But let's be clear, locomotives last on average 20 to 30 years. This means that the replacement of all recorders may still be decades away. We call on the rail industry to step up the pace and modernize event recorders in their fleets. The aviation industry has enjoyed the benefits of voice and data recordings for some 50 years. Even so, critical information is still sometimes lost. The Transportation Safety Board has made repeated recommendations to extend all cockpit voice recordings to 2 hours from the current 30 minutes. While there has been some industry movement, a final regulatory change in Canada has yet to be made. Global efforts are required to build better recorders, to enhance the quality and duration of recordings, and to ensure they keep recording when the power supply fails. As we embark on the next 20 years, this issue is fundamental to advancing transportation safety. I think you will agree that this patchwork makes little sense. That's why this issue includes our watch list.